Oh man, this is one of the stupidest laws that I think I have ever seen. You guys are not going to believe just how stupid this is. And you read the title of this video correctly. There is a US senator that wants to pass a law that would basically throw YouTubers and Twitch streamers into prison for violating copyright. Not joking, this is an actual proposal. The question is whether this proposal will pass, and if this proposal does actually pass, there could be some serious consequences for this. But let me read through the article here, and I'll link this article down below, but this is honestly one of the stupidest things that I've ever seen. So this is from Dexerto.com. So it says right here, Congress often finds itself in situations where they must hustle through massive omnibus bills in an effort to prevent a government shutdown. Senators use these must-pass bills to slip their controversial deals in, knowing they'll have to be greenlit. This time around, Senator Tillis is using the chance to take aim at copyrighted material being broadcast on Twitch and shared in YouTube and Instagram videos. So this isn't just for Twitch. This is for Twitch, YouTube, and even Instagram videos. The North Carolina representative believes law enforcement should be given effective tools to combat unlawful copyright use. Tillis' felony streaming proposals, available to read online, recommends any streamer or creator who shares a song, album, or unauthorized video clip in a commercial setting should face a felony offense with possible prison sentence. The measure's main aims are similar to the SOPA PIPA bills, which are first tabled in 2012, as well as the Controversial Case Act, which passed in October of 2019. And look, I absolutely hate talking about any kind of politics because this is a gaming channel. You know, we don't talk about that type of stuff here, but the only time I talk about these type of issues is when it affects video games or when it affects human rights. And in this case, this affects both. This affects video games and also affects your human rights because this can throw you in prison for the most ridiculous things for simply having a song in the background of a video. And let's keep reading through it, and I'm also going to show you guys the law, and I'll have a link to both of them down below. Since Tillis unveiled the proposal, many in the technology industry have come out against it. According to protocol, as many as 18 organizations, including tech trade groups and advocacy organizations, have written to Congress begging them to decline the omnibus provision. The letter helmed by the Internet Association, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, and the American Library Association detailed major concerns around the bill having a negative impact on creators, Internet users, and more. Katharina Trend-da-Costa, Associate Director of Policy and Activism within the Electronic Frontier Foundation, also warned the bill would be a chilling expression if it was passed. This could ruin the lives of regular people, and the chance of a felony impact both expression and innovation, she continued. So, this bill is extremely dangerous, because for having a copyright strike, like a DMCA takedown on Twitch or even a strike on YouTube, you could now face a felony for this. And if there is any kind of copyright dispute, usually with a streamer, if it does even go to the courts, usually it's a misdemeanor in most cases, because streaming, the government regards that as a public performance. So oftentimes it will be a misdemeanor. In the United States, in my country, a misdemeanor is a crime that you can be sent to jail for, but most of the times it's a fine, and if you are sent to jail, it's less than a year. For a felony charge, now this is even higher than a misdemeanor. They want to turn it into a felony charge. A felony charge is usually prison for longer than a year. You can be sent on felony probation, but most of the time it is prison for over a year. So it's at least a year in prison and even more than that. That is what a felony is. So if somebody got convicted of this, of using copyrighted material on their YouTube channel, on Twitch, it's entirely possible they could be sent to prison for more than a year. And there's a big difference between jail and prison. Jail is something that's local. It is something that's local. It's in your local area. Oftentimes, for instance, in police stations, that would be, what a misdemeanor charge would be. Somebody would do something stupid, maybe punch somebody in the face, as long as it's not too violent, maybe steal something. That could be a misdemeanor where they'll be put in jail for a few months. A felony charge, they'll actually be sent to a prison. Prison is much more different, it's much larger, and a prison has really dangerous people inside of it. So I'm not saying that jails don't have dangerous people inside them, but prisons tend to have much more dangerous people inside them. So you could be sending Twitch streamers and YouTubers to prison with all these other dangerous people simply for what? Having a copyrighted song in a video? How stupid is that? How ridiculous is that? When you upload a YouTube video, it'll oftentimes tell you if there's copyrighted material in it. So, you could cut it out, you could delete the video, you could then try to re-upload it without the copyrighted stuff in there. But if it's a stream is something very different because a stream is live. So you can't just, cut it out live. It's when it's there, it's there. So if somebody plays something, you hear something in the background, that's going to be on there. So here we have the law, and there's some questions that are, posted here and some supposed answers. And this law has apparently been a proposal for over a year, so it's back from like July 2019. But one question here is, does unauthorized streaming violate the copyright holder's right to public performance? If so, why? Yes, unauthorized streaming implicates the right of public performance. Streaming is the delivery of digital media content to members of the public in real time so that it may be watched, listened to, or played contemporaneously with the transfer of the media to a recipient's device. Okay, look, I'm going to say that this is nonsense, this claim, because it's one thing if somebody is uploading, full songs, like, and trying to profit off of that, very few people agree with that. But if somebody is, playing a game and there happens to be a song in the background, I don't know how that would impact the person who made that song, the artist. How would that impact their right to public performance? Is somebody, gonna randomly, look up videos or streams just to see, hear a few seconds of a song in the background, and because of that, they're not gonna attend that artist's concert? No, that's just stupid. It just makes no sense. Here we got another question. Do you believe that increasing the criminal penalty for the unauthorized streaming of copyrighted material from a misdemeanor to a felony would better deter illicit streaming? If yes, what specific statutory changes would you recommend? The Copyright Office has previously supported statutory amendments that would provide the same felony-level punishments for criminal streaming as for criminal reproduction and distribution. Oh my god, are these people insane? Basically, if you get a DMCA takedown on a video, they are going to prosecute you the same way that they would prosecute somebody for criminal reproduction and distribution. This means that, say that somebody takes a song and they put it on 50 discs, and then they start distributing those discs and selling those discs for money. This would be giving you the exact same punishment as that. You see how ridiculous and outrageous this is? And it says, hence, the Copyright Office believes that consistent felony-level penalties for violation of the public performance, reproduction, and distribution rights would provide the most comprehensive tools for federal authorities. We believe this can be achieved in a way that does not bear upon the activities of individual users or users of streaming services. And notice how they say comprehensive tools for federal authorities. And I think that there's another question down here. Are there additional legislative solutions that you believe would address the growing issue of unauthorized streaming of copyrighted content? The Copyright Office remains ready to work with the subcommittee and its members, as well as our colleagues in the Department of Justice, in order to develop effective enforcement tools to combat the unauthorized streaming of copyrighted content. One tool that may be beneficial in enabling smaller copyright owners to enforce their rights civilly is a small copyright claims tribunal. The Copyright Office is also in the process of studying the Section 512 notice and takedown system and may have additional recommendations as part of the process. We look forward to working with you on these and any other issues. And I'll tell you this is unenforceable. This is a law that cannot be enforced. You are going to have federal police trying to enforce copyright on the internet, and they are going to charge people with felonies. Think about it this way. How many people get strikes on YouTube every day? How many people get DMCA takedowns on Twitch every day? There's almost always somebody getting a takedown, a copyright strike, some legitimate, some not legitimate. There's plenty of DMCA takedowns and copyright strikes that people get that are not fair. And a lot of these, these platforms like Twitch and YouTube, they oftentimes say, oh, just mute the music volume. Well, guess what? That doesn't always work, Because recently, I was playing GTA San Andreas. Take a listen to this clip right here. This is actually from my San Andreas video the other day. And what I did was, before the mission, I actually muted the in-game music. But guess what? That didn't do anything to stop the music from playing, because certain cutscenes, certain parts of the game will still have music playing in it, regardless if you mute the music volume. You would have to mute the entire game, which then that would be no point in, because it would ruin the purpose of a walkthrough. So take a listen to this. I have to turn down the yeah, I'm gonna have to turn on the music volume, unfortunately, because I think when you go into Ryder's house, there's like music playing occasionally, and if I have the music on, the Music Mafia is gonna take over this video and copyright claim it. Oh.
Hey man, what you want?
Seeing my homie. What's up with you?
Yeah, homie, yeah, it's good to see you back.
No homie love? No hug?
So as you guys heard it there, the song was still playing in the cutscene, even though I muted the in-game music. So this doesn't always work with this type of situation. And literally turning this many people into criminals, this is just gonna overburden the justice system. You're gonna be charging people with just ridiculous nonsense and ruining their lives, because a felony stays with you forever. It stays with you forever. So whenever you try to apply to a job, almost everywhere, they're gonna ask for a background check, and they're gonna see felony on that. So they're gonna see felony, and most of the time, when, people that are hiring, bosses, the second they see felony, they just automatically disqualify the person. They don't even care what that person was charged with. They don't even care the circumstances of the case. The second that they see felony, a lot of people that are hiring, they just instantly cross the person off. So that person won't even have a chance to explain themselves on what happened. So current felons have just a really hard time trying to find jobs. But now with this, you're going to be turning people into felons for what? Just having a song in the background on a video that they had no control over while they were streaming? How stupid is that? And think about it this way. I don't want to turn this into a joke, but this would explain how ridiculous the situation is. You get thrown in prison for a copyright strike, a DMCA takedown, and they ask you, what are you in here for? And you say, yeah, you know what happened to me? I was streaming Modern Warfare on my channel, and this one guy in the lobby, he started playing a song on his mic, and it went through his mic into my mic, and the song played on my stream, and that song was a copyrighted song. I had gotten a takedown notice, and because of that, I was charged with a felony and sent to this prison. You see how stupid this is? I know that sounds funny, but that's just how ridiculous and stupid this situation is. That's how dumb this whole thing is. And the people that make these laws, they have no understanding of the modern internet. This senator that made this law is an idiot. He has no understanding of the internet, no understanding of how any of this type of stuff works. If you're going to pass laws that are going to strictly control the internet, you would think that at least you would have a basic understanding of it. But in this case, the senator doesn't. He has absolutely no idea what he's doing, no clue on what he is doing. And guess what? In this entire law, there is not one provision in this entire law that gives punishment for music companies. So music companies that abuse the copyright system. So companies that accuse you of, violating copyright. There's one thing, a copyright claim, you can't be sent to prison for. But you can be sent to prison for a copyright, DMCA takedown. And the companies that abuse these DMCA takedowns, there is no provision in this law that gives them a punishment. So if a company makes a false DMCA claim against you, it's clearly false, it's unjustified, there's no provision here that punishes them for it. Nothing. They get no jail time, they don't get any kind of fine, nothing. Nothing in there. Of course, the large corporations are not going to get any kind of punishments for this. Instead, it's just going to be the YouTubers and the Twitch streamers and people that upload on Instagram. So let me know what you guys think down below. And when is this law being voted on? It says from Dexterto that it's going to be on December 11th. So we're going to have to see what happens. But let me know what you guys think down below. But like I said, this is not enforceable. And the police that are going to be in charge of enforcing this, the federal police, they're going to realize how ridiculous this is. Because like I said, think of all the people that get DMCA takedowns, all the people that get copyright strikes. That's unenforceable. Turning that many people into criminals, really ridiculous. But let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. And if you're new to my channel, you might subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.